Learn my lesson, rank season. Never again making to gold. There's no reason to go to gold. Well,
There's not. Certainly not in a season like this.
Actually, this season is one of the few seasons I'd be interested in going to gold. Simply because it's tier 8s and 9s, so you can grind ships that way.
Reasonable, but I can do that in silver with a lot less frustration.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And you can do it in bronze with less frustration. Well, maybe more, depending on the situation. But, you know, prior seasons, it was tier 10s that were at gold. So why do I want to go to tier 10 so that I can not grind anything and not progress on a tech tree? So, and there's more silver or steel to be earned, you know, in gold. And SAT mentions, yes, if you rank out, you get the token, which is handy if you're still trying to get some of the things from that shop.
Like, if you're going for efficiency, then silver is the best league. If you want, like, purely in terms of rewards, then you go for gold.
Yep. Snowmagu says, accidentally made gold, played one more game after I was sure my team was going to complete the throw, and it didn't happen, right? One of my favorite experiences playing ranked was actually when I was just like you, Snow Mongoose. I was 1 or 2 games away from ranking or progressing to the next league, and I was playing the game and I wanted to lose. Some of the most fun I've ever had playing this game was trying to lose and still freaking finding ways to win. Because I'm not just gonna go sail in a corner and throw, you know what I mean? Like, but I definitely did a lot of YOLO plays.
When I streamed, this was during the tier 7 season, I actually cucked myself out of ranking out by exiting the game early. The reason I exited the game early is because I made a bet on chat that it wouldn't dev strike a random destroyer with widespread torpedoes. Guess what happened?
Lol. Sinful, your replay? No, we're on our second replay. This is Skyring in the Prince Heinrich. Did I get a replay from you to focus on, Sin?
I think I sent you one.
Okay.
On Discord.
On Discord. Oh, Big O, thank you for pinging Skyring. That's a huge help. Oh, and Big O, you sent me a Hornet game. Do you want me to prioritize that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you send that one to me on Discord, Sin?
Oh, you're covering
personal
this match. Oh.
I'm sorry, say that again, Sin? Oh, the Bearn. You want?
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, I didn't recognize the name, so I just downloaded it and threw it in my pile. Let me put it in prioritization. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good.
Alright. So we got Prince Heinrich, Hornet, Baron, we got Harlem, Monarch, Pensacola, Musashi.
Didn't you cover the Harlem already?
I covered your Harlem game. This is a different one.
Ah, unfortunately it won't be as good then.
Well, I mean, yours was an epic, so I just threw that as we were talking about, you know, WSC, because why not have something to look at, you know? Rice Tales, mid-game, I have not disconnected mid-game before. Ever. Has anybody else disconnected mid-game?
I have.
You have.
No.
Interesting.
I have not had that problem, and I've been playing all day yesterday.
That's why I'm curious.
I actually had a lag out problem yesterday where everything was just slowing down.
You saw it happen to a streamer last night? So, Happa Fodder was sharing, he was having some issues, but that was on a previous patch. Huh. Okay. Have not disconnected mid-game for months since I got new internet. New internet helps. Tashkent says, I have, but not recently. Okay. Thanks, Niftiness, by the way.
I did for one game.
One game? I mean, Raptor and I saw somebody... No. Did we see somebody disconnect in WSC? We did once.
I feel like we did somewhere, yes.
Yeah, that was the game that I missed, and I was forced to watch your camera
I
work.
think so. I think so.
All right, Skyring, you are taking... I want to ask you, what are you thinking going this route? Because you're just opening yourself up to destroyer funsies, although it's only a mini kaze, I suppose. But
This route's okay. It's surprisingly safe since not that many people go down here. And he was able to close in on the battleships.
But if you look at the last known position of the mini kaze, I'd be very nervous. Matter of fact, I'd be running my Hydro now. Oh, wait, it's on cooldown.
Yeah, but it's a mini-kaze. He probably went off to the other side.
Your team lost a ship, and with it, the game due to mid-team disconnect in WSC. Ouch. Look at those secondaries going through the lion's mouth. So, I mean, this is an okay spot. If your team on the 10 line pushes, the cruisers are. Look at your West Virginia just turning around and noping out of this. Sergeant Sully, what's up, dude? Oh, you better believe we're having dirty water right now. Cheers.
I wouldn't black out so much, though, because you do want to respect Minikaze throwing torpedoes at you.
And as you mentioned it, look at him. He's within torpedo range right now. Forget the torps. Shoot him. Yeah, okay. Hey, Shoei. Now, I would turn... There you go. Yep, get yourself narrow to the potential torpedo salvo. Sure. Shoei, how have you been? It's been a while, man. Hope you're doing okay.
No, you should stop backing up. You need to start going forward.
Why?
Bertain's about to suicide, and he will create the opening that you need to go charge the other battleships.
Bertain. Where's the Bertain? I don't see it.
The one that's on the 9 line.
Oh, the Emile Bertin. Okay. I was looking for battleship, sorry.
Yeah, Nagato's also ahead of you, so you have people that can distract them while you go rip
Yes.
them open with the secondaries.
Teammate Hydro is the best Hydro in this game.
Like, this is actually the ideal situation. It's just that you're a bit slow on the uptake, so you weren't able to get as much damage as you could have.
Oh, Sergeant Sully, I'd love to have some creamy Whittaker's chocolate. I just don't have any right now. But
Well, my question right now is why did he send torpedoes?
I'm sorry, say it again, Puddin'?
What are these torpedoes for? Right, like you could clearly see even on the map, the guy's on the other side of the island. So why did he waste time with these torpedoes?
He's clearly torping the island.
See you later, Harley.
I mean, the only thing that goes through islands is hydro and radar.
So, if you have 6-point skill, then you can, if you have deep, super deep torpedoes, then you can go under islands.
Huh. You thought Gneisenau I was charging. Well, so I like this decision now, Skyring. You're not pushing the enemy cap, instead you're going to defend. Which I definitely think needs to happen. They have really pushed through the side. And, I mean, you know, we didn't really talk about the lineup, but your top tier... Subs go through islands next patch? Ugh.
No, but what
that's
I'm
very
saying is, he said he thought the Gneiss was charging.
Yeah.
Yet, if you still look at the torpedoes, they're literally going into the island.
Right.
Right, like if you put them ahead of the island, I could see it, but you've got to look at where your torpedoes are going to go to decide whether or not it's going to be a waste of time.
Right. Oh, this poor Celebes. He's turning.
You need,
Alright.
you need to be heading straight in.
Yeah. Big chunk right there from the New Mexico.
You're taking a really wide path. Honestly, I would just cut in straight to so, like...
Oh, Shockwave, you are extremely quiet. I just barely heard you.
Oh, what the? Oh, really? Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, you're like 10 miles away from your
We
mic.
can, yeah, like
Okay, 1 second. Is that better?
a little bit.
That's so quiet. weird. It worked for me last night.
I got you at 200%, and I can barely hear you.
All right.
The current took the
Let me.
torps.
I'll mute for the time being, and I'll see what's going on.
No problem. And that would be the Potato Smasher who changed his name to Shockwave. I like the torpedoes here. I think that's a good idea. Bait them into chasing you, right into your torpedoes. Oh, nice hit on the mill. All right, you're down a ship. Stream's going fine. Sully, was the Hanover replay from the last patch? If so, probably not. Sorry if so. Just, I'm sure you can find another replay as you play the game. We can definitely do that. If so.
You actually, you should have had your back guns into action here. There was no need to go bow in.
Why not shoot the York instead?
York is a bit farther, and a PEF is in his face, so I understand going for him first.
I would agree with shooting the Heinrich right here, yeah. And I also agree with you about getting your rear guns into action.
He could have used the rear guns on the York instead of turning in like he did.
Okay, true. So you shoot the bow guns on the Heinrich and the rear guns on the York because you've got a slightly better angle on the York. Sure.
That would have been acceptable.
Yeah. Essentially doing anything but what you did.
I mean, I can understand going for maybe the New York or the New Mexico here because he's a little broadside, or even the Cleveland.
Celebes wants to die.
New Mexico is a much better target, and the thing is, it's probably not a good idea to chase either one. He doesn't have heals, and he only has 17k HP, so he's gonna die if he does this.
I gotta say, I am concerned about your decision to push here. I kind of feel like, almost like when I asked you what the heck you were doing on the 8 line earlier, I feel like you are way out in front. And as a result,
That's a disaster.
it's a disaster.
Zaz, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me now?
Barely. You are still. You're like a
barely?
shoulder angel, just kind of barely. We can hear you, but not really.
That was strange.
All right, we got ourselves a death pick, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find a good angle for this. So yeah, the only thing I would say is you're a little bit too aggressive. I mean, I realize that you are top tier and all that. Nice kill on, what was that, the York. But I feel like you were way too aggressive twice in this battle. Once when you were on that 8 line up there. I know, SAT, you mentioned it was a safe place to be. I still kind of felt like it was really aggressive there. But more importantly, just now when you died, there was no reason for you to be the front of the counter push or whatever, especially with you having no more heal left, or even when you were down to 1 heal left.
I mean, the other thing with not knowing where the Minikaze was, instead of pushing straight at the New Mex,
Turn south.
giving the DD a good torps, you should have just cut it back to your cap. You've got the lead. They have to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
The DD has to get extremely close to get his torpedoes onto you, especially if you're kiting away.
Yep. And even if you're not willing to turn south, which I understand you might not want to, you could also just literally have hit the S key 4 times or 5 times, stopped and reversed, and all those torps would have flown right by. And the New Mexico just goes off in the distance. As Puddin says, New Mexico doesn't matter anymore. Now, you're probably still going to win this game anyways as the Flint goes down, so we'll see.
And you have Andrew in the West Virginia. So you'll probably do fine.
Mm-hmm.
I will be totally honest here.
Oh, there you are.
I feel... Okay, Paul. Okay, great. Okay, so here's my thoughts. Just watching this replay, I feel like you lost way too much health at the start of the match just to get to that position
Right.
that you initially took. when it comes to brawling battleships, something I found, having played a lot of brawler battleships, is that HP preservation is important. If you can retain at least 75 to 80% of your health for the first 8 to 10 minutes of the match, you're good. You can go in and brawl as you want. But if you were down to I think 25,000, 30,000 health at some point,
Right.
that's not ideal.
Yep, and that's kind of what I was getting at about that earlier comment. If the West Virginia pushed up the 9 line, I could see you doing that, but you overexposed yourself in 2 separate occasions. Masked Bronco, yes, it's going above 75 because I have edited a file. God, what's the file? The World of Warships folder. Is it in engine config? I think it's engine config. World of Warships bin, the current version, res, engine config. So there's a max dock frame rate, which I'm actually going to drop to 60. No, I'm going to drop it to 30 because I like my video card and I want it to live. There should be... I run a mod in Aslanes that does max frame rate. Web browser is 30. Where is it? It's in one of these damn files. I don't know which one it is off the top of my head. It should be in this. It should be in this file. But yeah, I'm just using a mod in Aslanes that sets the frame rate. Maybe it's under G. Maybe it's under preferences. There's a few too many files that you have to like. There it is. It's under preferences. Max frame rate. I have it set to 120. So preferences. .xml. Okay, there you go. Try that out. And hey, you got the win, which obviously is what matters the most. But Skyring, any other questions at all? That was a good fight.
Can I say something in my defense? The reason I note that there is because I saw everyone come to the one side.
Yes,
The answer would have been no. You can't.
Honestly, I would have just pushed that. That would have been much easier.
So, Big O, I apologize. You were playing that game too?
West Virginia.
So you were the West Virginia that I mentioned earlier. I wish you would have gone up the 9 line. You said the reason you noped out was because of what?
Everyone was coming to the one flank.
Okay, so you saw that the enemy was breaking through on the west, and you said, I got to get there to head them off.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. If that's the case, though, you could have gone mid. You could have also communicated with the team and saying, we need to head off their push. Either way, I mean, you're in West Virginia. By the time you get to that corner and decide to come back, you've already wasted most of your game. So
Exactly. That's why I noped that in there early. Like, nope.
Yeah.
Right?
That was a smart choice, honestly.
Yep.
Or, I would have just stayed center, frankly.
So, ladies and
You see
gentlemen,
this-